MES College Marampally e-learning.
Hi everyone, welcome to my session on Introduction to Robotics. Let me introduce myself. I am Chikka K. Gangadharan, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics, MES College Marampally. Nowadays, we are very familiar with the term robots and robotics. Let me give a brief idea about what is robots and robotics. As we know, robots have become a subject of interest nowadays. Many researchers are going in the field of robotics. What we think about robot is that it is a machine that looks and acts like a human being. But what actually a robot is that it is a man-made mechanical device that can move themselves, where its action and motions are molded, planned, sensed, actuated and controlled with the aid of programming. Now we can move to next session, that is what is robotics. Robotics is science of designing or building an application of robot. Robots can be defined as the study of robots. As we know, robots are machines that can be made and used to do jobs. Some robots can work themselves, whereas others need a person to guide them. The main aim of the robotics is to design an efficient robot. We can see why robots are needed in the current scenario. What is the main requirement of a robot in the current situation? Robots save workers from performing dangerous tasks. That means robots can be used in dangerous applications such as die casting, plastic molding, etc., where temperature in such circumstances are too high for a human being to withstand. Moreover, they can work in hazardous conditions such as poor lighting, toxic chemicals or in tight spaces. They are able to lift heavy loads without being injured or tired. Robots can do repetitive tasks around the clock without any error or tiredness. Moreover, robots can perform their task accurately. Now we can see the components used in a robot or the major components of a robot. Most industrial robots have at least the following 5 parts. They are manipulators, actuators, sensors, processor and software. Now we can look into the manipulator. Manipulator is an electronically controlled mechanism consisting of multiple segments that can perform tasks in accordance with its environment. In the figure we can see a manipulator. Its work similar to the arm of a human being. From the figure itself we can see there is a arm to control the situations. So it can be referred to as robot arm. The main body part of the robot includes limbs, joints, other structural elements to build a robot. Next component is actuator. An actuator is responsible for moving and controlling a mechanism or system. Simply, it can be termed as a mover. It requires a control signal and a source of energy to work. From the figure, we can see a blue circle that are the areas where actuators are kept. This areas is the major area where robotic arm is needed to move. The third component in this discussion is sensor. We all know about sensors. Similarly, robots also have sensors. Robot sensors are used to get a robot's condition and environment. The information collected from the sensors are passed to the controller as signals to enable the appropriate behavior. Sensors work similar to the human sensory organs. Robot need this information about its environment to function effectively. Next component is processor. We all know about processor. processor. Here also the processor is similar to the computer processor. It's a brain of the robot. The processor is used to calculate motion and the velocity of robots, joints, etc. Component is software. Actually, this is not a physical component. Mainly it includes operating system, software used in robots, and collections of routines or programs in the robot. Next, we can see types of robot. There are mainly 5 types of robots used in industrial applications. They are mobile robots, industrial robots, autonomous robots, remote control robots, and virtual robots. Now, we can move into mobile robot. What is a mobile robot? The term itself specifies that it is something moving. As the name mentioned, mobile robots means it is used to move the robot. A mobile robot is a machine controlled by software that use sensor and other technology to identify its surroundings. The mobile robots mainly function with the help of artificial intelligence and physical robotic elements such as wheels, tracks, and legs. These mobile robots are popular nowadays in business structure because they can perform impossible tasks in dangerous situations for human workers. Robot is industrial robot. These robots are used in manufacture. These robots are automated, programmable, and capable of 3 or more axes. From the figure we can see there is a manufacturing robot used in industry. From the right hand side we can see an automation is going simultaneously. These industrial robots are mainly used in manufacturing industries. Robot is autonomous robot. They are self-supporting robots which are run by programs that gives them the opportunity to decide on the action to perform depending on their surroundings. These robots can perform sophisticated application without being triggered by an external device. If we give them a opportunity to decide themselves, they can perform their task by themselves. Next robot is remote controlled robot. In some cases, robots are needed to perform complicated and undetermined tasks. That cases, autonomous robots are not enough to perform this task. The complicated task can be easily performed by human being with real brain power. This human being can do difficult, dangerous tasks with the help of robots without being physically present in the actions are performed. So, remote control robots can be used in hazardous situations without being present in the area. Robot is virtual robot. Virtual robot is not actually present in the real life. It is a software or a building blocks in the computer. They can stimulate a real robot or just perform a repetition task or a repetitive task. Now we can move to the advantages of robots. The robots have got many advantages such as they can go far away planets where human being cannot travel to that planet. They can be used in unknown waters and mines where humans will be crushed. They give us information where human being cannot get. They can work 24/7. They can perform tasks faster than human and much more consistently and accurately. Even though it has many advantages, it has also disadvantages. The main drawback of a robot is it needs a continuous supply of power for its working. Then in a long run, the maintenance of the robot is also difficult. The cost or the money is required to buy or to make a robot. Moving on to the conclusion, we can see that robots are very applicable in the future situation, and nowadays in future the cooperation between human and robots will be diversified. The constant advancements are being made in robot and robotics that will revolutionize the humanity. By this I am concluding my topic. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.